Hello, lovely people. You are welcome to English Lessons Online. In today's lesson, we shall be discussing the informal letter. What are informal letters? Informal letters are also known as friendly letters. They are letters written to friends, pen pals, close relatives, classmates, and so on in their private capacities. Close relatives may include brothers, sisters, uncles, cousins. Letters written to these people all fall under informal letters. Language used in informal letter. The language used in informal letter should show that we know the recipient very well. The language used in informal letter should show that we know the recipient very well. So we shall be looking at some few things in relation to the language used in informal letter. An informal letter allows the use of contractions such as can't instead of cannot, haven't instead of have not, am instead of I am, his instead of he is, etc. However, calls which are used for note-taking are not allowed, e.g., the short form of you for you, be and for before, cause for because. Please, when you are writing an informal letter in an exam, be careful not to use this short form of writing because they are not allowed. 2. An informal letter allows the use of idiomatic expressions and proverbs as long as they are relevant to the topic, e.g., all that glitters is not gold. 3. It allows the use of slangs. You must, however, avoid slangs that are not found in standard English, e.g., wahala. 4. Exclamations are allowed, e.g., how cute. 5. The language used should be simple and easy to understand. Please do not use complex words or words that are difficult to understand when writing an informal letter. Features of the informal letter. The following are the features of the informal letter: writer's address, date, body or message, subscription, writer's first name. So these are the features of the informal letter. Nothing more, nothing less. Writer's address. Only one address is needed for an informal letter, which is the writer's address. Obviously, the writer's address is the address of the person writing the letter. The writer's address is written at the top right-hand corner of the page. The address may be written in the slanted or block form. It may also be punctuated or unpunctuated. So you have the choice to use either the block format or the indented or the slanted format. But it is usually advisable to use the block format when writing the exam. But still, any of them is acceptable. Then you can also decide to punctuate your address or not to punctuate it. Whichever style you are using, you can choose to punctuate the address or not. Examples of the two forms are given below. The first address above is written in the block form, while the second one is written in the slanted form. So the address is usually made up of at least 3 lines. Here we've decided to add the region. So we have the first line being the name of the institution, which is Tamale Senior High School, followed by the box number, which is P.O. Box 10, then the town, which is Tamale, region, Northern Region. So this is the order of the address. Also worth noting is the fact that a comma is used at the end of each line of the punctuated address. The last line of the address takes a full stop. However, the unpunctuated address takes no punctuation marks. With regards to international letters, that is, those being sent abroad, you are advised to add the name of the country where the letter is originating from. For example, you can say Tamale Senior High School, P.O. Box 10, Tamale, Northern Region, then you add Ghana. So in case the letter is an international letter, you need to add your country. Please take note of that. Now let us look at the date. Place the date on which the letter is written directly and immediately below the address. The date can be written using two styles. Here are examples. 21st April 2022. April 21, 2022. These are two ways by which you could write your date. Please, you can see clearly that in this date we've not superscripted the first, that is the ST. So let it be on the same line with the rest of the words in the date. Please, whether the address is punctuated or not, the date must be punctuated because it is not part of the address. So take note of that. For exam purposes, do not shorten your date and do not also use only numbers in writing your date, even though it is an informal letter. Please use any of these methods for exam's sake when you are writing the informal letter. These are examples of the address together with the dates. So the first one is the block style punctuated together with the date. We can see it is in line with the address and immediately below the address. Then the slanted method, we can also see how it is written. So the date should be in line with the first line of the address. The date should be on the same line with the first line of the address. So this is how you should write your date together with the address. Now let us look at the salutation. The salutation is a way of greeting the receiver of the letter. For an informal letter, it must show you have close relationship with the person. The salutation is written close to the left-hand margin of the page below the date. Some common salutation styles include Dear Rita, Hello Rita, Hi John, Dear Uncle Sam. Note that the salutation is punctuated with a comma. So the salutation must be followed by a comma. This is how to write your salutation for an informal letter. The body of the informal letter is divided into three: introductory paragraph, main body, and concluding paragraph. This brings us to the introductory paragraph. The introductory paragraph sets the tone for the whole letter. You might begin by asking the recipient about their well-being. The opening of the informal letter should be casual and comforting. However, if you are writing to an elderly relative, you must be respectful and considerate. The following could be used in an introductory paragraph of an informal letter. You could exchange pleasantries with the recipient of the letter. Acknowledge the receipt of a previous letter from the recipient. Inquire about the recipient's health. You must state your reason for writing the letter in the introductory paragraph. Let us look at the question and see how to write an introductory paragraph for it. Your friend intends to transfer to your school. Write a letter to him or her, telling him or her about the facilities in your school which help students achieve their goals. Your friend intends to transfer to your school. Write a letter to him or her, telling him or her about the facilities in your school which help students achieve their goals. This is an example of an introductory paragraph for the question we just read. This example is together with the address, the date, and the salutation. Your introduction must begin with a paragraph. So let's look at this introduction. Thanks for your letter which I received yesterday. I'm glad to know you are doing great. Girl, I'm so excited about your intention to transfer from Navrongo Senior High to Tamale Senior High School. In fact, I wish you were here already. Well, I'm writing to tell you about the facilities in Tamale Senior High School that help students, including me, to achieve our goals. In this introduction, we can see that we acknowledge the receipt of a letter from the recipient. We've also exchanged pleasantries, and then we've gone ahead to state the reason why we are writing the letter. This is how the introductory paragraph of your informal letter should look like. This is an example to guide you on how to write the introductory paragraph of your informal letter. The tone of this introduction shows that there is a relationship between the writer of the letter and the recipient, and we can also see that the introduction is very casual. The next thing is the main body. This is the most important part of your letter. Here, you present your reason for writing the letter in detail. The idea should be presented in paragraphs. So a point must be stated in one paragraph by stating the topic sentence and developing it. This simply means that each paragraph must address a point. Each paragraph must address a particular point. So the main body should be made up of at least 3 paragraphs. Concluding paragraph. This is where we send greetings and best wishes to the recipient of the letter and those around him. You could express your hope of receiving a reply to the letter. Do not also forget to summarize the main points raised in the main body. So this is basically what your concluding paragraph is about. It doesn't need to be so long. So let us look at an example of a concluding paragraph with reference to the question we read earlier. Irene, I sincerely believe that enough has been said and you are smiling pleasantly at what you've heard. I can't wait for us to achieve our goals together with the help of the facilities mentioned above. Hoping to hear from you soon. So this is an example of how you could write your concluding paragraph for an informal letter. Subscription. After the conclusion, the next thing is the subscription. The subscription is written below the conclusion at the right-hand corner of the page. The following are some forms of subscription for informal letters. Yours affectionately, yours ever, yours truly, your loving brother. Please take note of the subscription. Yours begin with a capital letter. Affectionately begins with a small letter, and it is followed by a comma. The same thing applies to the rest of the examples. This is how you should write your subscription. Please avoid these. Yours ever. Yours with an apostrophe is not allowed when writing the subscription. Yours truly. This spelling of truly is not accepted in the informal letter. So do your best to avoid these. Writer's first name. You should always write your first name after the subscription. Please do not write your full name. Make sure you write only your first name after the subscription. We have an example, yours ever, Jane. So this is how to write your name in an informal letter. And please do not also sign when you are writing an informal letter. Signature is not needed in informal letter. This brings us to the end of today's lesson. I hope this lesson has been helpful. Please, if it has been helpful to you, kindly give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and let us know what you think about this lesson in the comment section.